Well, I have to admit, I was fooled. I think Tim Reynolds was fooled. I think Mike Cugno was fooled. We all were fooled because we were absolutely convinced that Super Bowl 53 was going to be a shootout. But, Mike, the only fireworks we saw in this game were before the game.
Yeah, before the game, maybe the halftime show. You got a SpongeBob appearance.
What happened to the offenses here?
The offense disappeared. Well, I don't want to say they disappeared because I do want to give the defenses credit. Brian Flores, Wade Phillips on the other side for the Rams. They did a heck of a job. I mean, you have to be honest here. Holding any team in today's NFL era under 20 points in any game.
But the Rams punted, what, 8, 9 times in a row, Tim?
Yeah.
Adam Levine threw for as many touchdowns as Jared Goff and Tom Brady combined. That was the problem with this game. Mike's absolutely right. It was a masterful job by the defense, just a more masterful job by Bill Belichick's side, and Tom Brady with those 2 unbelievable touch passes to Gronk to set up Sony Michel's, Broward kid, Sony Michel's touchdown run to end up really winning it for the Patriots. They came through when they had to, and that's been the Patriot MO now for 17 years and counting.
Isn't that the truth? That's certainly been the Tom Brady MO, particularly this season as they rallied to beat the Chiefs and then on, of course, to win the Super Bowl last night. So now Brady's got 6 rings, Mike. Can we say absolutely unequivocally that he is the GOAT?
Oh, we've talked about it, you know, a lot recently. He was the GOAT coming into this game. It didn't matter what he did here, but yeah. You talk about Tom Brady, you talk about the big game, the big pass, the big drive. You want one guy NFL history, he's the one. There's no one else.
Yeah, and so Brady once again gets it done for the Pats when the chips are on the line, and you can tell how much that team trusts him. And also, Tim, you can tell how much it really means to him because after the game he was asked over and over, Tom, are you going to quit now? You're on top again. And he says, no, I want to keep on playing.
I think there's a certain amount of he never is going to feel like he's got enough, number one. But I think he does feel in a weird way a lot of indebtedness toward Bob Kraft, Bill Belichick, Julian Edelman. Look, he's not out there working in a vacuum. And when he wants to go throw the ball, and he probably will start throwing again in 3 or 4 weeks, knowing Brady, or knowing at least how we think we know how Brady is, it'll be Edelman out there running routes with him. It was Rob Gronkowski doing extra stuff with him for so many years. You don't have to like him. You have to respect the work ethic, and he'll be 42 next year, guys, and he'll be working just as hard.
Well, of course, the Patriots are in the Dolphins division. The one silver lining here is that next season, the Dolphins will have a guy who knows maybe better than anybody how to defend Tom Brady, and that's Brian Flores, who's going to be their new head coach. Flying back with Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins, on his private jet to become the new head coach of the Dolphins. What about bringing that whole Patriot way of life here to Mike? Is it going to work?
Yeah, is it going to work? It's yet to be seen. We've seen other teams try to pluck other assistants away. You talk about Romeo Crennel, Charlie Weiss, Matt Patricia. Mixed results. Not a whole lot of playoff wins. I'm not sure they have any that Belichick tree. But this is a guy, Brian Flores, who really over the last decade worked his way up through the Patriots system, and now he's coming to Miami. And I think what Miami likes about him is they saw he turned nothing into something of a career. They want to see if they can turn this blank sheet that is the Miami Dolphins into a sustained winner.
It won't be a quick fix, but he is bringing in some of his other Patriot friends with him, so maybe they can all come together and give the Dolphins some of what the Patriots have had for the past decade and a half, and there certainly would be a welcome turnaround here in Miami.
Listen, even if there's just belief next year, if that's the takeaway from the 2019 Dolphin season, is that there's the base of a foundation, of a start of a core, of a culture, as the Heat like to say, if there's that and some belief, forget the one-loss record. It'll be a really good year if that happens next year.
All right, Patriots win against, and maybe the Dolphins will now be Patriots South. And, of course, Super Bowl 54 coming here to South Florida. So, guys, if you thought we were busy this year, guess what? Next year is going to be even more fun.
Deep breaths.
Absolutely. Mike Cugno, Tim Reynolds here along with Jim Barry. We'll see you, of course, on CBS4 Sports, talking about the Dolphins and everything that's going to unfold in the weeks and months that lie ahead.